Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Palm Blisters. This is episode 4 now?
Episode 4.
Yeah.
Episode 4.
We're at 4 weeks already.
I know, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Time's already flying.
Yeah. So what are we talking about this week?
We are talking about Rockstar Games.
Rockstar Games.
Nice.
Now, Rockstar Games, I mean, when it comes to mind, like, I immediately think of GTA. Like, when I think of
absolutely.
Oh my
Rockstar.
god, yeah, of
But,
course.
I mean, I feel like, like everyone's kind of like that on boat too. But also, like, I don't know, they have so many, like, you don't even realize, like, they have so many games that, like, are, like, just so renowned. Like, they have, like, games like Bully, games like
Bully was
Manhunt.
good. Bully was good.
I forgot about Manhunt.
Manhunt, yeah, which was,
Classic.
like, I think it was, like, banned in certain countries.
Manhunt
It was
2 was
definitely
banned,
banned in
yeah.
Australia.
Was it
Yeah.
Australia?
Yeah. Didn't they start off though with like some like ping pong game? Like
Did they now?
Yes, they did. It was a Rockstar. It was Rockstar tabletop games,
Yeah.
or it was like just table tennis, maybe.
Right.
I've never seen it, but I was looking through like their history. And that was one of the games. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's just so weird thinking of the studio that, brought GTA and Red Dead Redemption, started off with like a ping pong game.
Well, if you look up at like a lot of these big studios, not all of them all started making with video games. Nintendo, they started as a playing card company, and that company has actually existed for longer than they've made video games.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Uh,
interesting.
1800s, I think.
really?
Oh,
That far
wow.
back?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's wild.
Actually, those
I
cards are
never.
worth some money.
Yeah.
I think they probably would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys had to put it out there, what's like your favorite Rockstar game of all time?
I think the one I put the most time into is either GTA 5 or Red Dead 2.
Yeah,
I
same.
feel like those are the
Same
big-
here.
Yeah, I mean,
I definitely put the most time into GTA 5 because I think I said it on another podcast, but I literally played through the whole story mode twice on PS3, once on PS4, and then again on PS5. So it's like,
That's a lot of time.
yeah.
I had a coworker when I was working at GameStop. I thought he was insane because he said, "Oh man, yeah, GTA 5 campaign was kind of short though." And it's like,
No,
Are you
it's
kidding?
not. It's
GTA
not.
5 is like,
And especially if you like 100% everything,
oh yeah.
it takes
I mean, it takes
at
a
least
long
100
time.
hours. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe he was talking about like the main story.
yeah, like the main
I don't
story could
think
probably
so.
be, it's still long.
yeah, it's still very long. Yeah,
You could probably beat it in like 25 hours.
yeah, I would think so.
25 hours is still a pretty long campaign. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, oh for
Okay.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
to beat it in one sitting would be just a whole day of just gaming.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. There's so much because like I can't believe you said it's short because like I look at GTA and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna invest so much time into this because like there's so much stuff to do. Like
There
you
is.
could trick out your cars, you could rob banks if you want,
Just kill people.
kill people for fun.
Drive on the sidewalk. No, but
I remember GTA.
yeah, there's so much like side
GTA
activities.
4. I was kind of messed up. Whenever I would die, I would just use a cheat code for guns and just shoot up the
the
hospital.
cheat codes.
Then I would
Don't
die
even get me
again.
started on
I would
cheat
die
codes.
again, respawn in the hospital. Just do the cheat code for guns. Go back in and just.
I forgot about the cheat
I
codes.
must-
It's cheat codes are so overpowered.
I
They're-
definitely
oh my
think
God.
of.
and games don't have them anymore, which sucks.
I know because it
Yeah.
definitely it made it. I don't know, fun. And like I remember back in. Do you guys like? Back in like elementary school, like or like middle school, did you guys ever have those like scholastic book fairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember they always had this book. It was like a gaming book of just cheat codes for games.
really?
I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
getting that.
And I remember I used to always get it, and I would always try and find the games that like I played. And one of them was GTA, and I was like, oh my gosh, all these cheat codes. And like I just remember playing like GTA 4,
yeah.
and just like you had to do like all these inputs. It would be like up, left, right, LBRB at the
Right.
same time. I'm like, oh my gosh, like
I think I still remember if I had the game, like the controller in my hand,
Yeah.
I could probably still do the cheat code to get the dirt bike in GTA
Really?
4. I think
Yeah.
I could. I can't remember it off the top of my head right now, but if I had a controller in my hand and was looking at a screen,
yeah, it's just
I
like
think I probably it's muscle memory.
just muscle memory at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah, that's funny.
But what was cool about GTA 4 cheat codes was you could program them into your phone.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
And
that's
then
right.
just hit a button on your phone
Yeah.
in the game.
They were just the cell phone
And-
numbers you would
yeah.
call. That was-
Yeah, no, that was nice. I don't think GTA 5 had that.
No, GTA 5 went back to the classic, like,
Yeah.
left
Yeah.
triangle, circle,
Right. No, but yeah, I do I do miss cheat codes, honestly. Like, I feel like it definitely
Yeah.
brings, like, I don't know, a sense of nostalgia a
You know
little
what
bit.
I loved in GTA San Andreas, the flying car cheat code.
Yes,
Didn't
yeah.
they have a cheat code where it made your car into a boat too, where you could drive on water?
Oh, I didn't know.
That was
Probably,
either
that's
GTA.
awesome.
It might have been GTA Vice City. that
That's
had
not
that.
as cool as flying, though.
It's no, but it's still fun. It's
And there was the jetpack.
jetpack. Yes.
Trying to think
And
what
what was great about the cheat codes was, even if you didn't beat the story, you could go in like, because once you beat the story, you have a bunch of money, you can
Yeah.
like buy everything and all
Right.
that. But if you just don't have the time to beat the story right away and you want to have some fun, you hop in, you enter some cheat codes,
Yeah.
and you can get a bunch of cool
Whatever
stuff.
you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it really does. Like, just talking about it just makes me want to go back and just, like, you know, play, like, San Andreas or, like,
Yeah.
GTA 4, just, like, all the cheat codes. Because they were just so much fun to roam around with. Like,
Yeah.
just do stupid stuff, you know. And, yeah, there were some pretty crazy ones.
Yeah.
But, can I say something kind of controversial?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's hear it.
Yeah, all right.
So, I think Red Dead 1's better than Red Dead 2.
That is, yeah, I disagree with you.
Really?
Slightly controversial, but I can see. I see your point. Like, but Red Dead 2 for me, it's so good. It's
Yeah, no, I know. Like, I see people talk about and praise Red Dead 2, and it deserves all the praise. It really does.
Yeah.
But I think what was a big turn off for me, so me as a person, when I, like, watch a show or watch a movie or play a video game, like, if I'm not hooked within, like, the first, like, maybe half hour to an hour, like, or like the first episode or something, then I just, like, I'm done. I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to watch it. Or
It
I
is
don't
a
wanna
slower
play it.
paced game. Yeah.
That's
Now that
the
you bring it
problem.
up, it is slower paced.
Because I remember playing Red Dead 2. I was waiting for Red Dead 2 to come out for the longest time. Finally got it, and I just remember playing through, like, the whole first chapter of,
the
like, that
prologue.
snowy.
When I thought that was fun though, like, because
Yeah.
then you went down and you, like, right away you got in a battle with what was the gang's name? I forget. Like, and the whole house burns down.
O'Driscoll.
O'Driscoll's. Yeah.
O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll.
But yeah, I just like, because I remember that prologue being so long. Like,
It was a long prologue.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, it was, I think, maybe a couple hours, and I'm like, I just want to get out in the real world. I want to
know.
have my horse. I want to,
Some people
Yeah.
said, like, maybe they could have actually shown the Blackwater heist. 'Cause a lot of people thought going into Red Dead 2, oh, it's a prequel, so we're finally going to get to see that, only for the game to take place right after it already went.
It
Well,
already happened,
okay.
yeah.
So if they make Red Dead 3, that has to be in there.
I don't know.
Or I wish they made it a DLC at least.
Well, if
Like-
they were to make a Red Dead 3, I mean, would it
When would it take
come
place?
after Red Dead 1 then? Because Red Dead 1
Because
is
Red Dead 2 is a what do you call it?
Prequel.
to
yeah.
Red Dead 1. So yeah, that's interesting. When would it take place?
People say it might be like Dutch as a protagonist if they did it.
That would be
That'd be
interesting.
interesting.
Because Dutch's character is like, he's
Dutch.
he's crazy.
I mean, I always thought if they made another Red Dead, they should change Redemption to something else and make it be just focused on new characters.
Well, what
Like-
a lot of people don't know is
To get to,
On-
because Red Dead Redemption was technically like a sequel to that.
yeah,
So
but no one ever thinks of Red Dead Revolver.
Wait, what
Yeah.
was Red Dead Revolver?
I never played it, but I think it was a Red Dead game on PS2.
It was on PS2, I think.
Yeah.
It was on
Oh, was it
PS2, I
really?
think.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, well, like, what kind? Was it, like, similar to Red Dead Redemption? Like,
not really. It was more. It was just sort of a linear third-person shooter, I think.
huh? Interesting. I never heard that. You said it was on PS2. So
Yeah.
it probably came
Yeah.
out like years and years ago.
Yeah.
Probably like 2004-ish.
Wow.
2005.
And then when did Red Dead 1 come out?
I think it's 2010, I think.
Was it
Yeah,
2010?
something like that.
2010.
Like
Wow.
earlier in the PS3 era. Yeah.
I'm surprised I never heard Red Dead Revolver. You know what I did love though? Undead Nightmare.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I just like zombie games. They're fun.
Yeah.
And that just made, like, just combining, like, the the old Western era with zombies. Like, I just thought
Yeah.
that was such a
Yeah.
cool combination.
That was one of my favorite Rockstar like DLCs.
Oh, for sure.
And what I was disappointed about with GTA 5 is they never had a story mode DLC.
No.
They focused all their
Yeah.
DLCs on
Multiplayer.
GTA Online.
Yeah. And
And their DLCs were always so good. Like, think back to GTA 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony,
The Lost and Damned.
The Lost and Damned.
There was one other.
Man.
I forget.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2, like they could have totally done a follow-up to Undead Nightmare. Because, they have all the supernatural elements. And then you have, in Red Dead 2, New Orleans.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Witchcraft, voodoo, vampires, like all this stuff, and they do nothing with it.
Yep.
Yeah, they definitely could have.
They had so many chances to make like a more fun like DLC, because Red Dead's 2 story is like pretty serious in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they released like a more out there DLC, like a sequel to Undead Nightmare, that would have been really fun.
I mean, I think at this point,
It's too late now. Like,
it's definitely too late now. And also, like, I mean, we kind of know where like the gaming industry is right now. It's like people just put out what will ever get what will get the money and stuff like that. I'm sure the DLC might get the money, but right now they're focusing on the big picture, which is GTA 6.
that's right. Yeah.
So it seems like after GTA 4, Rockstar kind of just gave up on story DLC and just put all the effort on the online. portion.
And which
Because that's what makes them most money.
Yeah.
You know, people buying what are they called? Shark cards.
Yeah, shark cards.
for
yeah.
GTA Online, and
Yeah, because I mean they make all the DLC for free, which is really cool.
yeah, it's free, but
Except all the cool stuff you need to spend real-life money to realistically get.
yeah, you have to really grind in GTA Online if you want to make enough money to buy like the like $100 million cars and
I
jets.
think the
Here-
point
here's a
GTA Online died for me when they introduced the bulletproof windshields.
Yeah, that's
Basically,
right.
When did they introduce that?
They
I don't know, like
years and years
2016.
ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like it just kind of killed online because now I can't even because now there's no way to stop that guy who just like keeps killing
he
you
just-
near the
yeah,
spawn
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Then you blow up his car after like he kills you 20 times and they say, "Hey, you're not being a very good sportsman."
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
you get the unsportsmanlike
This
thing.
guy was killing me. Like he wasn't even letting me play the game.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
He's
here's
picking a fight with me. I fight back. Rockstar Games are just like school teachers.
Do you guys remember the DLC where they released? I think it was called the Duke of Death, which was basically like the bulletproof car. Like it was almost like
bulletproof.
yeah, it was. I think it was called the Duke of Death. I think it was. What DLC was it? Like one of the. It's called like Criminal or something. I forget. But yeah, it was like the classic like muscle car in the story mode, except they like added all this armor to it.
Well, I think I actually know what
Wasn't it
you're
the car?
talking
Wasn't
about.
it based off the one from Mad Max?
Yeah, it was like basically a Mad Max car.
The V8 Interceptor.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
Now here's a good question for you.
but
guys.
they called it like this special version of it. I think it was called the Duke of Death.
Well, all the cars were based off real ones, but they didn't name them.
But
after
they named them like these funny names. Yeah. And that's another great thing about Rockstar is their humor. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the games are hilarious.
yeah.
I just remember like you just have like Trevor. Trevor always would crack me up just because he was a psycho.
Yeah.
So he's such an out there character.
Yeah,
It's
he never failed to make me laugh.
Everyone says like Trevor was designed to be a GTA protagonist who actually acted like the way GTA players play.
You know?
yeah, because he's a psychopath.
Yeah, he was-
Yeah.
yeah.
And most people they hop on GTA and
Run over pedestrians and yeah.
as terrible as that sounds.
Yeah,
They're not real people. They're
not.
they're made of pixels.
That reminded me of like the whole like bigger conversation where like, oh, video games are too violent and like they're making kids are like taking after video
have
games.
But the whole
really-
thing about video games though is it's stuff you can do in a virtual world that you can't do in real life.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It
You
gives you
know.
that freedom.
Has the
Yeah.
video game violence debate really been relevant though for the last 5 years?
It's kind of gone away.
Yeah. I don't see there's not really many like parent groups who are trying to like demand
no.
GTA get off the
There
show.
used to be though when
all
we
the
were
time.
younger, like
Yeah.
I want to say when we were around like 13, like around the time GTA 5 came out, there was like a lot.
Yes, because
a lot of that.
well, yeah, because GTA 5. I mean, when it came out, it had so much backlash. It
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very raunchy game.
Like
I mean,
remember the intro scene to the first time you see Trevor?
Yes. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Yeah.
Speaking of raunchy,
Yeah.
Or where Trevor is like his last hideout you get in the game for Trevor is?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The last hideout you get for Trevor in the game, the location of one of his hideouts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called? Vanilla Unicorn.
Yeah.
Unicorn. Yeah.
Yep. The classic.
Now, I was gonna say, here's a question for you guys. I mean, you guys all play GTA Online, right?
I played
Yeah,
it.
I
played
mean,
that.
I've kind of stopped playing it like probably 5-6 years ago. But
That's right.
Same.
Now, like, you guys are saying, well, you were saying earlier, you're like, oh, like, now you need to spend shark cards if you realistically want to get anything in the game.
yeah.
At the time when you guys did play, what was like your go-to way of grinding money? Like, what was like
Well, my favorite was always just doing like the races. Like
the races? The
Yeah,
races were
same.
always fun. There was a lot of cool ones out there.
Yeah.
And then over the years, they got more and more creative.
Well, once they released like the heist DLC, like I feel like that was probably the best way to make money.
For
yeah,
sure.
the heists were troublesome though because you always needed 4 players for them, and if one of them died, like you had limited lives, which
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to play the mission. Can't you just give us a money reduction if we all keep dying?
Exactly.
Right.
And you also have that one friend that's trying to put everyone's cut lower than theirs.
Yeah,
Like, I'm taking 50, you guys are taking all the, 20.
You know what I kind of wish I stayed around for, but I stopped playing before this DLC came out, was the casino DLC.
Oh, the Diamond Casino? Yeah.
I never played that, you know?
Oh, like the heist and all that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is probably my favorite heist.
They had a
love
co-op
it.
DLC where you play as Franklin and Lamar.
Online?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that could have been
I
a
didn't
Maybe
know
I
that.
should have stuck around for it. I
Could've
was
been a
always kind of
single
like
player.
a GTA Online hater. Not a hater, but like I was always just like, I love the story mode. Like it was fun to like mess around online with your friends, but
Honestly, it sounds like it could have been a single-player mode where you switch between Franklin and Lamar, since GTA 5 single-player already had a mission structure where you switch between characters you play as.
Yeah.
Well, what
Which
I always
kinda-
thought
which I-
would have been really fun was if they made the GTA 5 story mode co-op. Like
Oh,
That
you
would
could
be
play
cool.
through
That
the
would be
story
really cool.
with 2 buddies, or 2 friends. Let's say you were playing as Michael and one of your friends was Trevor and the other one was Mike, or the other one was Franklin.
Yeah.
That would be
That
so
would actually,
much fun.
that would be cool.
There's probably a few mods for that.
There probably is, yeah.
Especially because, like, that's a fantastic idea. Because I was actually just talking to my brother yesterday. We recently got into, I played it before, but I got back into it. Have you guys ever heard of the game Warframe?
Warframe.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. I've never played it, but
Yeah. It's basically just space ninjas with guns. It's cool.
I didn't know that's what it was about.
Free to play too. Anyway, we were just saying like how much fun it was to get back into the game because of like the whole PvE elements. And I'm like, I feel like not too many games that they put out nowadays is like too PvE focused, unless except like Helldivers, which just recently came out, which is getting such high praise
Well,
Yeah.
because people just love the aspect of it, and I think everyone loves the whole PvE aspect because
Right.
I feel like nowadays everyone is so competitive.
Deep
and
Rock
like-
Galactic is PvE. That game's pretty big.
That's true. Yeah, I mean that blew up big. I think because
Yeah.
it came out on it was on Game Pass for a while, which like kind of got it exposure, and then it released on PlayStation, which also got its exposure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like that idea of having like 3 people. And just,
I
like,
love a
doing the
co-op
campaign.
game. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I would eat that up.
Or Lethal Company.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Lethal
yeah.
Company.
Is that
Yeah.
PvE? Because
Yeah.
you're not really
I think
fighting.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I'm glad, and the thing is, like they're putting out these games now. Like you have like Helldivers and Lethal Company, and they're doing so well.
Yeah.
Like and then you have like other the PvP games that people just disregard now. Like I don't see. No one's really talking about like Call of Duty anymore. Like
I miss the like Black Ops 2 days where you would hop on zombies
Yes.
and play co-op there.
exactly.
Oh, so much fun.
I love
you
a
could
good-
spend hours upon hours just like grinding on zombies with your
I
friends.
remember my brother and his friends, like they would always be playing that on Xbox Live, and I would
Yeah.
just sit in the back of his room unnoticed.
Yeah, so much fun though.
No. Yeah.
I've sank so many hours into Call of Duty Zombies just playing with friends. It's,
Oh yeah. Well,
whether it was split screen or online, like it was.
what was
great.
what was your go-to map? Like what's like your favorite map?
I don't know. There was.
There's too many. There's too many good ones.
There's
honestly.
too many good ones.
Yeah. Honestly,
Do you have a favorite?
I'd say Mob of the Dead,
Oh,
the
okay.
Alcatraz.
Yeah.
that was a
That
good
was a
one.
really cool one.
Yeah, but back to the whole Rockstar.
Yeah.
I mean, what are your guys' thoughts and like expectations for GTA 6, which will be coming out in 2025?
So I definitely, this is probably obvious, but it's definitely going to be their biggest game ever. Like as
for
far as
sure.
like map size and like length of the story and like
Yeah.
everything you can do. I'm assuming it's going to be the biggest GTA and Rockstar game in general.
Yeah.
I also heard that most of the buildings in fictional Miami or Vice City are going to be enterable. Like you can like go in like
I'm gonna have to wait
pretty
and
much
see on
all
that.
of the buildings, which is going to
That
be
sounds
really
like
cool.
it could be like a leak in quotation marks. You know?
Well, did you guys see any of the leaks? Speaking of leaks,
Yeah, I saw them
Yeah.
like
Wait,
back in
oh,
2020.
yeah.
That was 2022, I think, when they dropped.
I believe. Yeah, it was about a year before the trailer came out.
Yeah, some like kid like leaked all sorts of data from GTA 6.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Yeah, he got sent to like a mental prison.
A mental institution.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so weird. That was like his sentence, which I thought was kind of weird. I'm like, well, they're not going to take money from him because
Well, wasn't he like 16?
Yeah, he's like
super
16
young.
or something.
that's so
Yeah.
funny. I
Imagine
love
being a 16-year-old kid from, wasn't he from like the UK?
Yeah, from the
Just
UK.
like leaking GTA 6 like 3 years before it comes
impressive.
out. It is.
especially just a big company like that where they probably have a lot of like cybersecurity teams.
I heard-
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like,
I heard a rumor that's going to be like a condensed version of the whole state of Florida,
Oh, yeah.
I did hear that.
I think
Oh,
it is
yeah.
which
because,
makes me think like
well, even in the trailer, they show some like, I think they called it like the Everglades or something. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is like the marshy area of Florida.
Can I tell you what I'm excited about with that idea? Think about this. You know, GTA, they're a big satire on like American culture and stuff.
yeah.
Disney World.
That-
Oh.
I don't think they could do Disney World.
Well, they're not going to do actual Disney World. It'll be
No,
like their.
but a satire of Disney World in a GTA game
That would be
amazing.
hilarious.
Yes.
I
that
mean,
would be hilarious.
What
can
would their
only
call it
imagine.
though? That's the one thing. There's got to be some kind of dirty joke, but
Yeah.
I don't think we're
Well,
allowed
they-
to say that since it's still a school podcast.
Yeah. So a lot of people were worried that because of like
But wait,
things
no,
are
they
going
could
on.
have Mickey Mouse in there.
How
kept-
so?
they
It's public domain now.
Mickey Mouse is
You're
public
right.
domain.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah, they released that. What was it like?
They need Mickey
a few
Mouse.
weeks ago.
They
Yeah,
got
it was
to.
recent.
It's got to be.
That
in
would
there.
be funny.
It's Rockstar. They're gonna add it. They
They
have
got
to.
to do that.
Yeah, but so a lot of people were worried that just because of like where things are going in society, that Rockstar was gonna tame things down as far as like the satire and like the more offensive jokes.
Yeah.
But I don't think they are. Based off the trailer we saw, there was like they were like kind of like mocking the whole like social media thing, and even like there was like a billboard with like antidepressants on it, and it was like, these make your feelings go away, or it says something
Yeah.
along the lines of that. Like,
Yeah.
So I don't think they're gonna stray away from like their like crude offensive like satire.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's like a big
It's a
part of their
staple of
brand.
Rockstar.
Like
Yeah.
it's being crude and stuff like that. Like when I mean, how we were talking about it earlier, like how parents hate Rockstar because
Oh,
of all
yeah.
the games that they put out. Like they don't want their kids playing it, but like that is a part of their brand. Is that crude humor
absolutely.
and like just raunchiness. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they'll
And
back
taking
down.
place in Florida with like
Oh,
everything
man.
that goes on in Florida. Like
Florida.
they had like the classic, like they you know that like the guy in the trailer with all the tattoos and everything? That's
Yeah.
based
Oh,
off
yeah.
a real guy.
I know.
Yeah,
I
really?
saw-
Yeah, it's based off like I forget his name, but I just call him Florida Man.
The guy actually threatened to sue Rockstar.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Which I'm like, I know, but like I know why you're doing it, but I don't think you're gonna win, buddy. Like,
I
No,
think
I don't
someone
think so.
also
Well, there was a
s-
similar thing with GTA 5
Yeah, the
with Kate
girl on
Upton.
the girl on the
Yeah.
cover of the game or the disc, like I think Lindsay Lohan tried to
Was
sue
it
them.
Lindsay? Oh, I thought
really?
for some reason I thought it was Kate Upton, but some
Could have been one of them. Someone here.
someone like that was like, that's just like me. Like,
yeah.
and tried to sue Rockstar. I don't think it went anywhere, but
I think the guy that you were talking about, like the lookalike guy.
Yeah.
From what I heard in recent news, at least, I know he's no longer like trying to press charges, but he said, if that's a character in the game, let me be the voice actor.
yeah, and he wants royalties, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which honestly, I feel like that would be
That's
an
fair.
equal.
Yeah.
You know.
No,
thing.
it's definitely fair because there's no doubt that that character is modeled after him.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
it's literally like a side by side comparison.
Yeah.
Like you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's him.
Yeah.
Like the tattoos look very similar and the placements of the
hair
tattoo, the
and-
hair.
I'm kind of curious about that, like one middle-aged, that old like gray hair lady you see who like recognizes Lucia in the trailer. Like,
Oh,
'cause I'm pretty sure
that's based off a real person too, actually.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
well, I was gonna say from the brief moments we see of her, I feel like she's gonna be one of those characters who's just the worst, and I kind of want to see that just because that would probably be very funny to see someone so horrible and
Yeah. So
knowing Rockstar, something bad will probably happen to them.
yeah. So there was like this YouTube video I saw a little while ago that was comparing GTA 6 trailer to real life Florida, and apparently a lot of the clips in like the mocked like social media clips in the trailer were real clips, like the one of the Karen kind of like character.
Yeah,
that was young.
yeah.
Apparently that's like based off a real like video from a woman in Florida, and the naked guy like watering his plants. Apparently that's based off a real guy in Florida. Like,
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny they take these real aspects of society and just exaggerate them. It's,
Yeah, I mean, and that's essentially what they've done
Yeah.
with their past GTA's, especially too. Like, I mean, you see a bunch of like aspects in the game where it's like they're copying like something in real life. Like, I forget what's the news.
Weasel News?
The Weasel News.
The Weasel News, or no, not
Confirming
Weasel
your
News.
bias.
There's another like news thing in GTA 5 where it's basically just TMZ.
What's it called?
I'm trying to think what it's called.
Yeah,
I remember that because there's that side mission in GTA 5 where Franklin helps out the paparazzi guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. That's a great mission,
yeah.
by the way.
God, I love how much they made that guy so hateable.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he like part of the Stranger and Freaks missions?
Yeah, that's why I said side mission.
yeah. No, but I do love how Rockstar does. Like, it's almost like
And then in GTA 5, like the FIB, don't they call it the FIB?
yeah, the
the
FIA,
fib.
yeah, the fib. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, don't they call the CIA something too? I forget.
I think they do. I forget,
I
but
remember the one FBI guy who tells him in the one scene, he's like, "Now this may come as a shock to you, but some of the government is corrupt,"
Yeah.
and all the guys are just
they're like,
they're just not surprised at all.
But yeah, I do look forward to what GTA 6 has to bring. I mean, I've been hearing like other leaks and stuff like that. Do you guys know GTA RP?
Yeah, the roleplay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
roleplay that like the modded GTA. Yeah. So I've heard like some sort of news article that one of the creators of GTA RP, I think I forget what the server is called. I think it's No Pixel. That's like the GTA RP server. But the creators of No Pixel, they're actually helping making the online for GTA 6.
Oh, interesting.
So I feel like we'll definitely get to see a lot more things you could definitely do in the online world, like definitely like go to more buildings, definitely more jobs and stuff like that, and just probably like a more of a role playing kind of
I could
aspect to
definitely
it.
see that because GTA RP has blown up so much.
It's-
They have to do something with that, like from Rockstar Games actually implementing that into the game rather than just being modders.
GTA right now is one of the top streamed games, at least on Twitch, strictly because of GTA RP. And I've always wanted to try GTA RP. It just looks fun,
does.
but I don't have a PC, so I can't.
Yeah.
But
I have it on PC. I nabbed it. It was a few years ago. It was free on the Epic Game Store.
yeah,
I spent like a day downloading it because it's such a big game.
yeah,
Then I couldn't play on PC because all the Rockstar servers were so busy.
really.
Wow.
Yeah, you had to log into Rockstar Games Studios before you could play it.
Oh, I
So
don't know.
many people were signing in that I just.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see that, and also I'm just excited to see like the new engine that they're bringing to GTA 6.
So is it? I heard it was kind of just like an engine, kind of like built off the Red Dead 2 engine. I'm not sure if that's accurate.
I heard it's
Or-
definitely going to be similar, but just still even more advanced
Yeah,
than Red
Does that
Dead.
mean
because
we're
Red
gonna-
Dead 2's engine was amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
mean we're gonna get gore like Red Dead 2?
Well, I could-
I
could-
probably.
I could see it.
Because Red Dead 2 had some amazing like physics and
For sure.
graphics and gore, like you were saying,
I mean,
and
I
the
heard-
weather systems.
I heard there's a bit of attention to detail where someone said they once shot an NPC in the leg and it blew off because it was a shotgun.
Yeah.
Then they went back to San Denis later and saw that same NPC was like a crutch or like a
Isn't
pig.
that cool?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Like it's so in depth. Like that world is so in depth. Like I didn't really play. Like I said, I don't really play Red Dead 2, but like just watching clips. Like I've watched clips. Like this is how in depth Red Dead 2 is, and yeah, you
so
see
many
stuff like
small
that.
details.
Like you never like. It's just so cool. Like I saw this one like and like how you were mentioning gore. Like this person gets like. You know, he gets burned alive like from like a Molotov or whatever, like a
Yeah.
Molotov, and you see his like skin like kind of like just like melting off, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't really like how gory this game is.
The details in Red Dead 2 are amazing. And part of that is the weather systems too.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something I heard about GTA 6 is apparently they're gonna try to implement like extreme weather, like tornadoes and hurricanes.
Oh my god!
Wow.
How are they gonna do tornadoes?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a leak I heard, so like, don't like take my word for it. But apparently they're gonna try to at least do hurricanes. In
Yeah,
GTA
tornadoes
6.
is like that's just gonna become a meme of just like people will be driving in a game and a tornado kills
Just driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be here for it because that'd be really funny.
Yeah.
It'd be frustrating, but it'd be make a lot of good jokes anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, one thing about GTA 6 taking place in Florida is they won't be able to implement snow probably.
Probably not. I mean,
Who knows though, because they did put it in GTA 5
yeah.
For Christmas
for
events.
Christmas
yeah.
DLCs. But I was gonna say like the snow in Red Dead 2 is so realistic and like
Yeah.
it just looks so beautiful.
looks
That's why like I would just like go up to the mountains in the snow, just like ride the horse. Like wow, it's beautiful.
Some of their details were really oddly specific. Speaking of the snow and the horses,
Oh yeah, I know what you're getting on.
Oh, gosh.
Now we can't talk about that on this
I'm not
podcast.
saying it directly, but I have
But,
to remind you all.
Oh gosh. See, I didn't play the game enough to even get on a
Can I
horse.
say the word
so.
shrink?
Yeah,
Shrinkage? I don't know. Is that allowed?
That's funny. But yeah, also another thing that they're touching up on, like at least with the engine, is the water physics.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew that. Apparently, they're going to add surfing to the game. I don't know if that's
I did hear that.
which will be
I
really
was my first
Such
time
a
hearing about
cool
that.
side game.
yeah.
Like,
Just go surfing.
yeah,
Like,
because in Red Dead 2 you can go fishing, you can go kayaking, and then in GTA 5 there's like the ATV races and the parachuting and,
Yeah.
and all that type of stuff. So I think surfing would be a really cool
fun-
side
Yeah,
mission, or like
side mission
game.
or just like a online game to play
Yeah.
against or
it's
like
funny.
with
You know,
friends.
Yeah.
apparently, I think it was like in the PS2 GameCube generation. One of the big graphical things where everyone was racing each other was to who had the best water physics. That
Yeah.
was like one of the big things for graphics at that time. That's why, like, I remember thinking about how it's funny that when the GameCube came, the two big for Nintendo's two big pillars, Mario and Zelda, both of the games had a bunch of water stuff, like Mario Sunshine, the water pack flood.
Yeah.
Then Wind Waker was like you sailing around on the ocean, and I was like, oh, it's because they were trying to show off their water physics and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Even going back to like Super Mario 64 though, the water physics in that game I feel like were really good
For the
the
time.
time.
Yeah, for the time, for
Yeah.
sure. Right now, I mean, what's like a game that comes to mind for you guys, like with like great water physics? I mean, I know mine. Like I was gonna say Sea of Thieves because that game is literally just
That's-
based around
yeah.
water.
I'll say Black Flag's my favorite.
Black Flag.
Black Flag,
In terms of water
I was
physics.
thinking the same thing actually.
Yeah, I never thought about it too hard myself, to be honest.
Honestly though, like even GTA 5 has pretty
It's not bad.
pretty
Yeah.
good water physics. Like you know, riding around on a jet ski and
Oh,
then you
yeah.
dive under
Yeah.
the water. And
Yeah.
what's so cool about GTA 5 is they put so much detail under the sea as well. There's like a
do.
sunken UFO down there.
Yeah.
You can
Whoa, I
find.
never heard about the
There's-
UFO.
Yeah, there's there's sunken like shipwrecks. There's even a side quest you can do where you go around and you collect like 50 lost UFO pieces or whatever.
Yeah,
And a lot of them are in the ocean, which is really cool.
and then the lady only gives you $5, right?
Something like that. Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
I forget the outcome. If I'm
It's,
being honest.
it's for the experience. It's
Yeah.
not for the money. It's to experience. You know.
It's just if you really want to like, get that 100%
Yeah, that's
of the
true.
game.
Yeah.
Um,
I never 100%ed GTA 5.
I don't have the time for that.
Yeah.
I did on the PS4 version. Like I was saying, I played through the story like 3 or 4 times, but I 100%ed it on the PS4.
That's crazy. How long do you think that took you?
Oh, jeez. It's embarrassing to even admit. It was when I was in high school and had more free time.
That's fair. That is totally
Probably
fair.
like 150 hours.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That adds up.
Maybe, I don't know. It was definitely long. It was definitely over 100 hours.
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
makes sense. I mean it's such
Yeah.
it's such a large game. I mean you could do so much
me.
in the game.
Keep in mind though, like in between like grinding everything, like I would like be like, okay, I'm just gonna have some fun now and like go on a rampage.
No, exactly. Like
Yeah.
I mean that's what.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I ever be able to 100% a GTA game because it just takes so much time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I tried it with Red Dead Redemption 2 back in 2018. I think that's when it came out. And I gave up. I was like, this is taking way too long.
No.
I don't have the time for
And
this.
Red Dead Redemption 2, the Red Dead Redemption games, it's harder to go on a rampage because those games have a karma system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man.
Speaking of, do you guys remember the outcome of Red Dead 2 that you got? Because there's a few different endings based on your.
I got the one where you're on the cliffside, and I got the good karma ending where you
do the good karma
went with John.
Yeah,
Yep.
same.
Because I was always like, I don't want to be the bad guy, in Red Dead 2. Even though it could be fun to be the bad guy, but
I could do it for your next playthrough.
that's true.
Yeah, I never finished the game, unfortunately. I
Yeah.
barely even finished the prologue.
Very enough.
I might go back because it's still on my Xbox. Well, I mean, not download it, but I'd have to re-download it. But
Yeah, you should go back once you get some free time. Go back and give it another.
and just
chance.
give it just power through the prologue
Yeah.
and
I
then.
still remember like that being one of the biggest games to come out when I was in high school.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
so
Red Dead
pumped,
2.
like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember
anything.
and I got it on PS4 and I opened it up, I was like, oh my god, there's 2 discs because there's so much data.
I forgot
Yeah.
about
See,
that.
I'm one of those crazy people who I hate to delete games and then re-download them.
Mm-hmm.
So back in high school, I specifically was like, okay, I'm gonna work a lot just so I can save up money and buy like extra hard drives for my PS4. So I installed a 2 terabyte into the actual system, and then I bought an external 4 terabyte hard drive
Oh my god!
for my PS4. And so I never have to delete games on it.
Wow,
And
that
yeah,
is.
I was dedicated. I was like, no, I'm not
I'm not
deleting games.
re-downloading.
Yeah, I'm not gonna re-download this.
I've given up with that. I mean,
Nowadays, like, I'm like, I don't have. First of all, I don't have the money to buy extra hard drives for my
Yeah.
PS5. Like, so.
Yeah, I always just rocked with the
You
normal
fuck.
hard drive that was given.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I do have to do the re-download and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, because with the game files nowadays, they're like every game now is like over 100 gigabytes. so it's
Gosh, it's
so you
actually
download
insane.
5 games or whatever, and your hard drive's full.
Yeah, every AAA game is like you said, it's like a minimum of $100 or $100,
gigs.
100
Yeah.
gigabytes.
That's another reason you gotta go for indie games. They have
Indie games
much
are less
lower
money.
file
Yeah.
sizes.
yeah.
What are your guys' predictions on how much storage GTA 6 is going to take up?
200
Yeah,
gigabytes.
200 gigabytes.
I might say 250. I think it's gonna be over 200.
It's gonna be frustratingly big.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
you're gonna
For sure.
if you download GTA 6 twice on your PS5, I think it would fill up your storage.
Yeah, that's totally valid.
You only have room for like one other game.
Well,
like
it's
a
not like
small indie
PS5
game.
has many games anyway.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
true.
You're gonna have one small indie game right next to just one GTA 6.
Like, of the games that are on PS5 that aren't on PS4, I think there's only like less than 30.
Yeah.
As far as like exclusive
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
PS or like PlayStation exclusives, yeah.
Wow.
That sounds about right.
Because I don't know, PlayStation had so many good exclusives in PS4 era.
It did.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's why I actually switched over to PS4 for that reason. I grew up with the Xbox 360, and then late middle school I got my PS4 because I was like, oh my gosh, they've God of War, they have Last of Us, they have Uncharted. I'm like, all these games are insane. Also, Horizon was awesome.
Ghost of Tsushima,
Yeah.
Days
Spider-Man,
Gone,
Bloodborne.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
There were so many good exclusives coming out
Exactly.
consistently.
Yeah.
PS4 era.
Now there's not.
And
Xbox, you didn't really have anything. The only thing that was
There was
carrying
Halo.
Xbox was Halo and Gears of War,
Gears of
really.
War, yeah. There's Forza, but you could get that on PC.
Didn't Gears of War
I mean,
kind of drop off after the third one, though?
I think so, yeah. Actually, Judgment wasn't that bad. And I actually played Gears 5 a little bit like a year or two ago, and it wasn't that bad. But I wasn't a fan of the story. I mean, it's still fun, but yeah, just the actual story itself. Like, I love the classic story from like 1 through 3 with Marcus Phoenix and Dom and like all the original characters. But now they just have like a whole new cast, and I'm like, it's a weird to get into. I don't know.
See, I never had an Xbox, but Gears of War is one reason why I always kind of wanted one.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of sad that I never got to
It
experience
was
this
Dead
games.
Rising for me.
Dead Rising, really?
Yeah, I never played Dead Rising either. Yeah.
Dead Rising's pretty good.
I played the second one. But
Yeah, because they had that on PS3 for Dead
They
Rising.
did. Yeah, Dead Rising 2 was on PS3 as well.
Yeah, I think
But then
I never
when
played it though.
When they went to Dead Rising 3, they went back to just being Xbox.
Yeah.
That's a weird choice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know if that was like Microsoft like paying them or like what.
I don't know what the deal with that is because now Dead Rising 4, that eventually got ported to PlayStation, but Dead Rising 3 is still only on Xbox.
Yeah.
The first Dead Rising also got put up on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
So, although Dead Rising 4, you might as well not count that because that game was duty.
Yeah.
They brought back the original protagonist, but they wrote him but they changed his personality completely and didn't bring back the original actor. And they got rid of the psychopath bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really got too much into those games, but I think I did play the second one, and the second one I forget, there was like some sort of system in the game. I think it was like you had to collect
Zombreck for your daughter.
Yes, and for some reason I hated that.
It's an annoying mechanic.
I was like,
You had to collect what? I'm sorry.
Basically, your daughter was infected with a zombie infection like years ago, but she can hold it off with this. It's basically zombie insulin.
Yeah.
She takes it once a day so she doesn't turn into a zombie.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was like, you had to like consistently collect it, or she would like die or something, and like you'd have to like start over or whatever. And I was like, I'm just
Sounds
gonna delete.
kind of annoying.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a little too tedious. I'm just gonna delete the game.
Yeah. Speaking of like weird exclusivity things, wasn't there something like that with Tomb Raider where the original ones like first came out on PlayStation, and then eventually there was some deal with Xbox
where the reboot was only on Xbox.
where the reboot was only on Xbox, but then they like revoked that, and now they're all back on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Or they're on both
That's
platforms.
That's very weird, though.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like deals from Microsoft or anything, or if that's just like their choice to only.
I think it was probably like Microsoft paying them.
I think
Probably,
it was Rise of the Tomb Raider. That was
Rise
on
of the Tomb
Xbox like a whole year. Then it eventually came to PlayStation.
Yeah, it was like a year exclusivity
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Which is a great game, by the way.
Tomb Raider is fantastic. I've played. I think it was Rise of the Tomb Raider.
What was the one after that too?
The one after that was Shadow.
Shadow was good as well. Yeah.
And I just remember, like it was just really, especially at the time, like when it came out, I was like, oh my gosh, the graphics on this are like so
Beautiful
advanced.
game.
Like
Yeah.
that game, especially the graphics are like way ahead of its time. Because that came out in what, like, do you know the Rise of the Tomb Raider?
Rise was like
2013-ish?
2015, 2016.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then, I think Shadow of the Tomb Raider is definitely more recent, like 18, 19-ish.
Oh, I was probably thinking, what was the definitive Tomb Raider? What was that?
Didn't that just come out like the remastered trilogy?
No, I'm not thinking of that. It's the one before Rise of the Tomb Raider. Wasn't there?
One before Rise was just called Tomb Raider. That was.
It was just called Tomb Raider. It was like the reboot.
It was a
one.
reboot, yeah.
That one came out in 2013.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah. Maybe we should stray back to Rockstar since that's what we were
anything else
supposed
anyone
to
wants
be
to talk
talking
about with Rockstar? Anything in mind for anyone?
We got a little bit off topic there.
I'm trying to think.
I really want Rockstar to try to do like non GTA games eventually in the future.
Like
new
IP.
IPs.
New IPs.
That would be cool, especially because like I said, when I think of Rockstar, I think of GTA and I think of Red Dead, that role playing kind of game.
I've seen branch out of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, they're these GTA games are so big and they take so long to make. I don't think they would risk making a new IP just because it takes so long to make a game nowadays. Like, what if they spent 10 years making a new game and
it just goes poorly?
It does poorly. Like,
it's
a game that wouldn't take them 10 years to make is my answer.
Goes back to
but GTA 5 came out 2013 and GTA 6 isn't coming out till 2025, which is
it's a little disingenuous to say it was like that long a wait because Red Dead Redemption, those are basically like a sister series to GTA, I think.
Yeah.
Made by the same people. They use a lot of the same game mechanics.
Can I just say 2013, 2012, 2013 was probably like the prime years of gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because GTA 5 came out. I mean, for me, Borderlands 2 came out, which was awesome. Black Ops 2. Like, I just remember, like, coming home from, like, I think it was like maybe middle school or like elementary school.
Yeah, like
late
sixth grade.
Like
for me.
sixth grade,
Yeah,
probably.
it was-
Just coming home, hopping online with friends, and like just playing all those games. Like now it's like I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm too busy.
Maybe it
know.
was prime games for you because you were young.
What's up?
Maybe it was prime.
Yeah,
That
for
could
me,
be
it's
it.
like such a nostalgia factor because those were probably my biggest gaming years. Was
Yes.
when I was in middle school and like early high school. By the time I was in like 10th or 11th grade, I had gotten a job and like I didn't have that much time to play games. But like
Right.
6th grade through 10th grade, I played so
So
many
much.
video games.
Same.
And no, but I remember 6th grade. That's when I got GTA 5. And I would come. Okay, so I would wake up early before school. I would wake up at like 4 a.m.
Would you play games
and
too?
play games.
Oh my gosh, I
before-
did that too.
Before school.
I
And then
wouldn't
I
do
would
that.
stay up till like 11:30 or 12 at night and still be playing GTA
I would be up.
or like or Call of Duty or whatever.
That is so funny.
Sometimes I'd be up till like 3 a.m. playing Metal Gear Solid, and I'd get so nervous. My parents would like come down and realize I wasn't in bed. Like,
Yeah, I don't like. How did I have the energy for that back then?
Dude,
I
I'm
don't
telling
know
you,
how I did.
I did the same thing. I remember me and my friends when I think it was like when Modern Warfare 2 came out in like late elementary school or early middle school. I remember we would wake up because school didn't start till like 7:30, 7:45.
Yeah.
We'd wake up at like 5:30, hop on, play a few games together. I'm like, it's so funny that you brought that up because I'm like, that just
I would do it almost
that
every day.
Me too.
Play games
Me too.
Yeah, before
Oh
school.
my gosh.
Whether it was just me playing by myself or playing with my buddies like online or something.
Yeah.
Else.
The grind
Yeah.
doesn't stop.
I remember they made a Fourth Flight Cooper game, and I remember when that came out, my brother and I, we would take turns playing it.
Yeah.
And then that went until like midnight or 1 a.m. for us when I was like 12, I think. So,
Yeah.
I mean, not as big a game as the ones you guys played, but it's a game I have a lot of good memories with.
Nice.
Yeah. Nah. I only played it a few times, but yeah. Now if we went on topic
yeah.
again.
So we were talking about like what we would hope from Rockstar in the future as far as
right.
like new games and no, but I think maybe doing like a sci-fi game from them would be kind of cool.
that could be interesting. But like, would
Or-
you want to see like another like kind of like a RPG element from them, or
I don't
like
know about sci-fi. They're
Yeah.
like very much about satirizing like modern times.
Yeah, but
True.
that's what GTA is for.
Yeah.
I feel like,
we're saying like a whole new.
Maybe if they want to
Idea.
like, maybe
well,
if they
even
wanna,
like Bully does a lot of satire.
Yeah.
too,
I was
though.
gonna say maybe if they want to satirize like a lot of out of touch tech companies that hate the human experience and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that.
That could be interesting.
So what are you guys' thoughts on them doing another Manhunt or Bully or Max Payne? Because those are all Rockstar titles that
I never
have been
played
abandoned.
Manhunt, but it looks fun.
It does look fun, and I mean, I've only heard things about it. I haven't really seen too much gameplay of it. I just heard it was fun because I think my cousin had it, and I would never be able to go downstairs to watch them play it because they said it was too gory.
Oh man.
It was very gory.
Yeah.
It was like that's probably why it was banned, from so many places is because the gore.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of the few video games that was rated adult instead
Yeah.
of
Yeah, it was adults
instead of
only.
mature.
Adult, yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's a rated adults only, like the main publishers, they won't release it
Yeah.
in the U.S.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is crazy. Like, when's the last adult game that came out?
I don't know.
I
I don't think that's the thing
A few of them
anymore.
creep up on the Steam front page, unfortunately, but I don't think that's the kind of adult you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not.
I don't know. There's definitely not many adult games out there
Yeah.
anymore. I feel like that was definitely a thing in the past for
I
sure.
think it's also
Yeah.
because a lot of times M-rated games that come out now would have been rated A earlier.
Yeah, I think they had stricter
Yeah, like-
regulations back
like a
lot
back
of-
in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Like a lot of movies that are R-rated now would have been X-rated in like the 70s.
Right.
Yeah. But vice versa, like going on the flip side of that though, I feel like the movie The Omen, that's
Yep.
rated PG. I feel like that should not be rated PG.
What
What-
year is it from?
What's it
The
about?
70s. It's like a
makes
horror
sense.
movie.
Yeah, because PG got a lot. They could go. the PG could get away with a lot before like 1987 when they made PG-13.
Yeah. The
You know, like,
70s had some wild PG movies.
Poltergeist was rated PG.
Yeah.
It has a scene where the guy's like looking in the mirror, picking up off pieces of his face. Or Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, when those guys' faces melt.
Yeah.
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 Times have changed,
Yeah, definitely.
especially for
And
gaming.
PG-13 wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah,
It was either like PG or R.
Well, what happened
right?
was two movies came out, Gremlins and then Temple of Doom, which were considered very dark and controversial for that reason. But it's like they weren't really, you know, MPAA people were complaining to Steven Spielberg, and he was saying, well, you know, it's like, here's the trouble. It's too hard. It's not like hard enough to be an R rating.
Yeah.
But it's also like, it's not nice enough to be PG rating. So he said, why not we just make like an in-between rating? And
Yeah.
that's how we got PG-13.
So, and when was that, did you say? Around Gremlins?
Yeah, like around 1987.
Gotcha. Huh, that's interesting.
And the first PG-13 movie was Red
I wonder
Dawn.
if game ratings were like that too, because was there teen games?
I think it was there's E and T, but there wasn't E10 for every.
Okay, so
right. I
Yeah,
forgot
that
about
wasn't
the
that wasn't until the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think it was when E10 was
That's why
introduced.
the early.
I feel like
Ratchet-
around like the Wii,
Yeah.
around when Wii came out.
That's
Yeah.
why the early Ratchet and Clanks are rated T for teen.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think also Super Smash Bros. Melee's E10. I'm not entirely
It may
sure.
be, yeah.
Just because of the whole
Because of
fighting
violence,
aspect.
yeah.
But
I remember Smash Bros. Brawl was rated T.
was it actually?
Yeah,
Probably because Snake was in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Simply because Snake was in it.
They had to shrink his butt to give the E10 on the later games.
So thick.
These two gummies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I remember, wasn't there a controversy with San Andreas and people wanting that game to be rated adult?
Yeah, because they found out in the game's files there was a sex mini game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I believe they removed.
They did.
So it could, be rated mature instead of adult.
It was like you could only access that mini game through like hacking into the game's
Oh, yeah.
files and
People
stuff.
that have it on PC can hack into it, right?
Yeah.
Like can mod it.
They
Yeah.
can find like the
Yeah.
old files or something like that.
Which is crazy that they had a mini game for that.
I know.
It
It's
wasn't
good old
supposed-
Rockstar.
It's Rockstar for
Yeah.
you.
No, but would you guys hope to see another Bully game?
That would
could
be fun.
interesting.
I never played it, but I've definitely seen gameplay. And
Yeah, I never played it myself, but I
I
watched
played a
lot
bit of it. I got
walkthroughs.
a third or maybe a halfway through the game. It's
If they
fun.
were to put out another or put out a remastered, I would definitely.
Oh,
I would
same here.
definitely play it.
yeah.
A remastered, like even I would take a remastered.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because I mean, the first one you can only really find it's probably on PC and like the old Xbox 360 or something.
Yeah, I think it's on PS3 and Xbox 360. I think it came out
Yeah.
originally on Xbox and PS2.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but then they remastered it, I guess, for PS3. And
I think you can buy it on PS4, but it's just a port of the PS2.
yeah,
version.
it's just a ported version.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but seeing like a remake or a remastered would be cool.
Yeah, no,
And
absolutely.
then also, I think another Max Payne game would be interesting.
Oh yeah, Max Payne was pretty big.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is Max Payne the one that you were saying like it has like insane like gun mechanics?
Oh
and,
yeah,
like, gunplay.
Yeah,
Really
you
good
slow down
gunplay.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, I was playing this
Like-
game called El Paso Elsewhere, which is like a homage to Max Payne.
Mm-hmm.
That's like you're playing as this vampire guy, hunter guy, going through like multiple levels underground of some motel, trying to hunt your vampire ex-girlfriend who wants to destroy the world.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Speaking of Max Payne, I think we talked about this on another episode, but I remember hearing rumors that they might put like the Max Payne like gunplay and like style
Yeah, kind of like taking like inspiration from
into
it.
GTA 6, which would
Which
be
I would
really
love
cool.
because, I mean, GTA 5 gunplay was like okay, but it
wasn't
could have been
anything-
better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I think both like the melee combat and the gunplay in GTA 6 will be vastly improved.
Oh, for sure.
Like even so, this might sound weird to you guys, but I think some of the gunplay and melee combat in GTA 4 was actually better than GTA 5.
No, I totally agree with that. I honestly felt like GTA 4, like I feel like the mechanic. I don't know how to describe
the physics in GTA 4
Oh
were
my God.
way better.
I loved when you would crash a car and you would just fly through the
Yeah, you
windshield.
fly through the windshield.
So funny.
I thought the physics in GTA 4 like they still hold up to this day.
for sure. Yeah,
They're better than GTA 5's physics.
I agree.
which is
GTA
crazy.
5's physics kind of feel, I don't know, they feel not natural. They
Yeah.
feel just like
could
almost
dri-
scripted.
I know
Yeah.
sometimes I forget how, but I would just drive a car off the top of Mount Chiliad and
Yeah.
it'd still work when it gets to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. The GTA 4, like that thing was blown up.
And how like so let's say you were in GTA 5 or GTA 4, you're playing Nico and you jumped out of a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like how he falls even like the ragdoll physics
Yeah.
are so realistic.
I
They're-
know. Yeah.
Like it's
Uh,
awesome.
GTA, like I said, like, yeah, I just remember like you would like get hit by a car and you'd go fly, like
Yeah.
tumbling and all that stuff, and you'd like skip across the street, like. But GTA 5, like I feel like they don't have that at all. Like it definitely feels
that's
a lot
like
more
one step back from like there's a lot of things they improved upon in GTA 5 versus GTA 4.
Yeah.
But I feel like the physics system and like the combat are some
Missing.
things they step back from. And part of that is I feel like GTA 4 had a much more like realism factor to it. Like even with the story felt like more grounded. Like sure, it still had like a ton of satire in it.
Yeah.
But I still feel like it was kind of the most mature or
Yeah.
realistic story
Yes.
of GTA's.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I feel like with GTA 5, like you have, it's just like all this craziness going on, and like it doesn't feel as like grounded. Like you're just like this is all over the place. But I mean, it's still a great story. But yeah, GTA 4 felt more gritty. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but
And even like their like color scheme they used, like
Yeah,
matched that.
just
Like,
like-
it was
yeah.
almost like it was much like more inspired by film. I feel like as far as like the color
I
palette
see that.
goes,
I can
and-
see that. Yeah.
yeah,
It has that like dark grayish
Well,
like
and also because of the settings, you're in like New York City.
you're in New York
grimy,
City,
and
yeah.
Meanwhile,
Liberty City.
GTA 5 is in sunny San Andreas.
Yeah.
Los Santos. It's a parody of Los Angeles. So
Yeah, so they take like the darker tone from New York City versus the more bright and vibrant atmosphere of Los Angeles.
yeah.
It's funny. I see it all the time on TikTok. Just like the map of GTA 5, like how it's like based off of Los Angeles. I see videos where like people were like they'll be driving like through Los Angeles and they're like, no, I don't need a map. I know exactly where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because and they'll like pan around and you'll see like the buildings that you see in like the game. Like you'll see like the Maze Bank or like
No, I've seen those videos too. Those are great.
Yeah,
And-
speaking of maps, for the
Yeah.
physical version of GTA 6, there needs to be like the actual map that always comes.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember when I first got GTA 5 having the map in the
I think I have mine still.
Yeah, I still have
Yeah, I
it.
still
I
have
think
it
I
too.
might as well.
I actually had it hung up on my wall like as a kid because I thought it was so cool. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm hanging my GTA 6 map up on my wall.
for good time's sake.
Yeah, but that needs to be a thing again with at least the physical copies
Yeah.
is to ship them with the map because
Yeah.
GTA 4 had it, GTA 5 had it. I'm not sure if the older like if Vice City and
Yeah, I
San
forget if
Andreas
those
had
came
it
with
or
it or
not.
not.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Here's a question. Do you guys still get physical copies of games?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
I sometimes.
So I'm a huge supporter of physical media. Like I think people need to keep physical media alive.
I agree with that.
However, I am guilty of buying mostly digital games just
Yeah.
because of the convenience factor. Yeah, and like I said earlier, like I'm like a stickler about like not deleting games, so I bought like a bunch of hard drives and stuff. So
No, yeah, I like your take.
Yeah.
I think like physical media is definitely very important.
yeah,
And because like I just remember like, I mean, here comes another nostalgia factor, but like just like on Christmas, like you get a video game, like the
Yeah.
physical, like oh my god, like
not the
when you
same
saw that
anymore.
rectangle box,
Yeah.
you're like, yes, it's
Yes,
gonna be
I
a
got a
video
game.
game, or like
Yeah.
for your birthday, like going to like GameStop or like the grocery, or, like wherever you get your your video games. But like I remember just like that new game smell, like
I know.
unwrapping
Oh,
the
yeah.
wrapper. Oh my god,
it might just be
That
nostalgia,
feeling,
but
how-
I miss it.
How
so
how
much.
weirdly smooth the disc feels when you take it out.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
You're like, it's just Nothing will beat that. Like,
No, absolutely not.
And yeah, like unfortunately, I am also one who partakes in the just buying it off of the store online. But
I feel like nowadays, like there's not enough incentive for people to buy the physical copies, because even if you buy the physical copy of it, you still have to download the game onto your console.
With the live service
Exactly.
stuff, there's going to be an incentive, because now, like with the Suicide Squad game, they took it down after a day, and it's like, no, I paid for it. You gave it to me. You can't take it out from me now.
Yeah.
And I think companies are going to start trying to do that a lot more, which I am not in favor of, which is why I'm sticking to physical at least.
Oh yeah, no, I totally support people buying physical media. I think physical media needs to stick around. But yeah, like I was saying, like on PS3, if you bought a disc, you didn't have to download it onto your system. You stuck the disc into your system, and that's what had all the data on it.
Sometimes.
On PS4, you have to, even if you buy the disc, it still has to download all the material onto the system.
I think that was a big reason why I stopped buying.
Pro Skater 5 had like, when he started, it came with an update that was like,
well, yeah, you might have to update it.
It was double. The update was double the size of the game disc, and it had most of the content on it, which means that when internet services end for PlayStation 4, if you got Pro Skater 5, you're not even going to be able to actually get the full game on there.
Right. Yeah, and that's one thing about physical media, at least older physical media, is being able to play it after they stop supporting the system.
Yeah.
Like on PS3 and Xbox 360 era.
Right. Yeah, you could, especially if it's just like a single player game, like you could just load it up.
Past an hour now.
like if you're like playing The Last of Us on PS3, if you have the disc, that's a single player game. You just pop it in. And
It's nice.
there you go.
Yeah.
No, but even going to movies though, I feel like physical, like, so if you get a 4K Blu-ray disc, the quality of that is way, way, way better than streaming a movie from Netflix, because the bit rate is so much higher. There's so much more data in that disc than what's streaming over the internet.
Right.
So this both in the visuals and the sound quality. Like, sure, they might both be 4K, but there's so much more detail in the disc version.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to like I'm a film buff. Like, so like I love to collect like Blu-rays and 4K Blu-rays.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I watched.
I watched
the 4K Blu-ray of Into the Spider-Verse, and that looked really sick.
Oh yeah, dude! I just got Oppenheimer on 4K Blu-ray. Oh my god,
That's insane.
most beautiful movie ever.
Really?
On 4K Blu-ray, and if you have a nice TV, which I don't, but my parents do.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful, and that movie was shot on IMAX 70mm film, which is the equivalent to an 18K digital camera.
Wow.
Which doesn't exist.
That is insane.
So yeah, it's
So no wonder why it looks so beautiful.
so good. And even though like it was transferred to Blu-ray, so they need to like downscale it or whatever, it still has so much detail in it because it was shot on that.
Yeah.
It'll make it easier to when they have to remaster it too.
Yeah. And like just the colors pop so much. There's so much detail in every shot. That's one reason why I love Christopher Nolan, is he still shoots on film.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think like, oh, film is outdated. Why would you do that? Film is superior in a lot of ways.
They still use it a lot, yeah.
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 We are coming up past an hour. Do you guys have anything else, or you want to wrap it up soon?
I think we could wrap it up. I mean, I feel like
I was sorry, I got a little off track.
It's
No,
all
it's
right.
okay. No, I
tangents
enjoyed
about
that. Yeah, I mean, that's it for this week's episode of Palm Blisters. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe. Our sponsors will be coming in soon.
Yeah.
We'll start
Raid
being doing
Shadow Legends, baby.
Raid Shadow
We're gonna get
Legends.
Raycon headphones.
All right, but
Maybe we'll
catch
get
you.
Goop in. I don't know if they do sponsors, but we can call Gwyneth Paltrow up.
Yeah. All right, but we'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.
See ya.